handa na makipagsabayan. Kahit anong nakaharang handang tapakan. Bawat pawis na papatak, kada apak at yabag, may kahalong pangarap gustong maiangat. NBL, ito ang liga ng bayan, nag-aalab ng pusong handang makipagsabayan.
We are up for another thriller in this Halloween night here in the Chooks-to-Go NBL Chairman's Cup at the Brenzigao Convention Center as we are set for a forced face-off between the Mindoro Disiplinados and the Taguig City Generals. An exciting clash here at the Chairman's Cup. Again, good evening. My name is Christian Jacinto and I will be your host here today on Solar Sports in this very, very exciting matchup between the Mindoro Disiplinados and the Taguig Generals. It will be very interesting to see who comes out on top, especially since both of them are in a fight for a playoff spot. The Taguig City Generals are currently at 5th with a 5-3 record, and the Mindoro Tamaraos Disiplinados are currently at what we call this 9th place with a 3-6 record. So definitely, if Mindoro wants to break into the top 6, this will be a crucial game for them. And right now, for just so we can see the game, we'll now turn you over to the court Barker for the formal introductions.
Happy Halloween, everyone, and welcome to our main game. It's the Taguig Generals versus Mindoro Disiplinados on the Chooks-to-Go NBL Chairman's Cup 2021 season. Ang tahanan ng tunay na homegrown here at the Brenzigao Convention Center. Now let's make way for the starting five, beginning with Taguig Generals. One guard number 69, Harvey Subrabas. Forward number 21, Fidel Castro. Shooting guard number 18, Mike Sampurna. Playing center number 3, Jonats Lontok. And at forward number 0, LJ Mayo. Taguig Generals is led by Bing Victoria. Here comes the starting five for Mindoro Disiplinados. One guard number 9, Dillon Alulod. Forward number 10, Aga Bernal. Shooting guard number 12, JJ Caspe. Coming in at center number 24, Jay Gadon. Small forward number 20, Rodel Vaigan. Mindoro Disiplinados head coach is Benji Teodoro.
Let's look at the starters for both teams. Vaigan, Alulod, Gadon, Caspe, and Bernal for the Mindoro Disiplinados, while Subrabas, Sampurna, Lontok, Castro, and Mayo will be the main protagonists for the Taguig City Generals. Our officials, Mr. Borja, Mr. Lasaga, Mr. Escalambre, calling the action. And first possession goes to the Taguig Generals, and that's a three-pointer from Fidel Castro. And the miss for Castro. So possession will go to the Mindoro Disiplinados. Here's Gadon. Gadon, short. And on the follow, that won't go in. Here comes the Generals on the counter. Sampurna. Attacking is Castro, that's good. And Fidel Castro with averages of 14 and 2. One of the main guys of the Taguig Generals, as Caspe forces that one. Won't go in. And here's the Generals. Castro hands it over. Sampurna fakes. Sampurna hangs. No good. And the rebound for the Mindoro Disiplinados. Here's Gadon. The jumper by Caspe, that won't go in, or rather Bernal, but that won't go in. And here's Subrabas over to Castro, another three. Fidel Castro, 5 points now for the former Letran Knight and PCU Dolphin. Talking about Fidel Castro. And here's the attack. Good layup there from Rodel Vaigan. Vaigan, of course, their leading scorer here at the Mindoro Disiplinados. Here's Sampurna. Looking for Mayo, but Mayo can't get a hold of the basketball. Bernal attacks. Bernal is fouled. And Bernal will go to the free throw line to shoot 2 more free throws. So look at Fidel Castro playing for the Taguig Generals in this game. And what a fitting team for Fidel Castro to join the Taguig Generals. A revolutionary pickup for Taguig. As Bernal hits 1 of 2, or rather 2 of 2, to trim the lead of the Generals to just 1.4 to 5. Sampurna over to Subrabas. They swing it over. Sampurna once more. Castro again for 3. Castro once more. And Fidel Castro woke up feeling dangerous. And he has scored 8 points in a span of like 2 minutes and a half. Castro showing it. Gadon. The jumper by Bernal still won't go. Sampurna the rebound. And Subrabas will man the point. Sampurna wasn't looking. They go to Mayo. And that is tapped out of bounds. So look at Castro right here. Hitting another 3. All of the 8 points of the Taguig Generals have been from Castro. Well, there it is. Mayo chipping in. It's a 10-4 lead for the Generals. And here comes Bernal. Over to Caspe. Drops it off. Gadon. No good. Rebound by Mayo. And on the counter, Castro left wide open once more. Why not? But this time it's short. And on the counter is Bernal. Bernal, quick hands by Subrabas. And Subrabas over to Sampurna. Sampurna down to the post. Spin move jumper from Lontok won't go in. And on the counter is Mindoro Disiplinados, but almost a steal for Subrabas. Alulod now, manning the point. And a foul is called on Subrabas. Here's Baigan for 3. That's good. Over 2 defenders. Rodel Baigan now with his 5th point of the game. And Castro left wide open once more. This time it's short. And here's Baigan. Baigan looking to attack. Defended by Mayo. Baigan almost, but not quite. And the battle for the rebound. Last touch is on the Mindoro Disiplinados. And the ball will go to the Generals. Here's Castro. And the foul away from the basketball. Some action between Bernal and Jonathan Lontok. So quick substitution for the Mindoro Disiplinados. Natada checking in. Here's Mayo. And Mayo caught stepping out of bounds. Here's Huerto now. Over to Natada. A long three for Garcia, but that won't go in. Here's Sampurna looking to attack on the counter. Sampurna, no good. Follow up by Mayo, still no good. And the rebound by Garcia. And here comes Natada now. Gives it back to Caspe. Caspe hands it over. Garcia takes the three. Still no good for Garcia. I don't know about that shot. Here's Brabas. Over to Sampurna. They go to Lontok. Mayo is fouled by Baigan. And Mayo will go to the free throw line to shoot 2 free throws. Tanchoco checks in for Subrabas. As Mayo hits the second free throw, so now it's back to a 5-point lead for the Generals. Caspe. Here's Baigan. Uses that pick. Baigan attacks. Baigan, good pass, good finish. That is Huerto. Don Huerto off that good pass from Baigan. And here's Tanchoco for 3. No. The rebound by Baigan and he's pushing it. Natada now. Natada steps into a 3-pointer. Won't go in, and the rebound by Sampurna. Sampurna attack. Sampurna over to Mayo. Good passing. Lontok denied by Garcia. But the ball will stay with the Generals. As we look at this, ang harap-harapang butatan na yan ay hatid sa inyo ng Chooks-to-Go, ang nag-iisang manok ng bayan. We're heading to the timeout. Generals holding a 3-point lead over the Disiplinados. The last time the Disiplinados came here, they were outgunned by the Power. Yesterday, actually, losing 101-77 as they just couldn't shoot the basketball well. 31.8% from the field, 6 of 38. And, you know, was totally outgunned by the bench of the La Union Power. But right now, they would want nothing more than to get a bounce-back win over the Generals. Alcantara. They go underneath. Lontok, 2 seconds. Does he know? Lontok. Alcantara shoots it. And a 24-second shot clock violation. Here's the Disiplinados now. Natada Over to Caspe, challenged, but he pays no mind to the challenge of Alcantara as he hits a 3-pointer, 12 apiece. Generals and Disiplinados now. Tanchoco. Over to the corner. Alcantara, they swing it over. Tanchoco loses the basketball and Garcia recovers. Here's Natada, attacks. Natada, that's good. Luigi Natada now showing up. And all of a sudden, a timeout is called as Caspe and Natada scoring on back-to-back occasions, forcing the Generals to call a timeout. We will be back shortly. The last time the Generals played here last week, they were ambushed by the Parañaque Aces, held to just 26.5% shooting. Even though they out-rebounded the Aces 72-55, they just couldn't get the win. And that's why they are in dire need of a victory here as well. And a battle for positioning inside between the Generals as Yasa and Don Huerto. Here come the Generals. Tanchoco. Corner, Alcantara for three, no. And they get the rebound, that's Gilbero. Tanchoco once more. And this time it will be stolen off and a blocking foul is called on Alcantara. Here's Natada. Over to Aksalan, who's just checked into the ball game. They swing it over. Using that two-man game now is Caspe. Garcia, corner three, still no good. And Yasa with the rebound on the leak out. That's good for Richmond Gilbero. And the lead, Reiner, we are now tied at 14. And here's Aksalan. Aksalan. Over to Gilbero, and that would sail out of bounds. And this Gatorade Fast Break Blast is brought to you by Gatorade. Nothing beats Gatorade. Gilbero leaking out, getting that easy 2 points. Gilbero. There's the fake. Gilbero. And on the spin. Still nowhere to go, but Yasa, just patient basketball. Noel Santos finding Yasa underneath. And the Generals now up by 2 once more with 2:27 remaining in the first quarter. And almost a steal, and a steal completely. Huerto loses it. And here's Santos, over to Alcantara for three. No. Battle for the rebound. This one by the Disiplinados. Here's Natada. Natada using that pick from Garcia. Natada kicks it out. Huerto for three. That's good for Don Huerto. And a good find by Natada. First three-pointer out the game for Don Huerto, and the lead swings back to the Mindoro Disiplinados. Here's a three-pointer from Tanchoco. Won't go in. And a rebound by the Disiplinados. That's Sadicon. And Atada going all the way, finding, or rather threading the needle and scoring on that tough layup. It's a 3-point lead now for the Disiplinados. Here come the Generals. They swing it over. Tansyoko. Over to Garcia for 3. No. Or rather, Santos. So look at Natada. Courageous layup, attacking the defenders. 3 black shirts there. But it doesn't matter if you're Luigi Natada. Natada now. Being hounded by Alcantara. Natada attacking, dropping. And the foul is called on Santos. And Bernal back in the game and will shoot 2. First free throw is good for Bernal. Two for Bernal. It's a 5-point lead for the Disiplinados. Tansyoko over to Gilbero. They swing it back to Tansyoko. Back to Gilbero. Gilbero, elbow jumper. That's good for Richmond Gilbero. So now it's an 18-21 lead for the Disiplinados. And here's Natada. Jumper, spin move, no good. But the second attempt still no good for Bernal. And Natada will give up the foul to avoid the fast break. Alcantara now running the point. Three-pointer, Tansyoko, no good. And after 12 minutes of action, the Mindoro Disiplinados holding a 21-18 lead. Good start for Fidel Castro, but Disiplinados is finding ways to storm back into this game. And they enter the second quarter with a 21-18 lead. We will be back shortly. Take a look at the man for the Mindoro Disiplinados. Continuous attack for Rodel Vaigan in that loss against La Union Power. 18 points, 7 rebounds, and 2 blocks for Rodel Vaigan. Right around these averages, averaging 18, 7, and 3 assists for the tournament. So you expect consistency from Rodel Vaigan, and that's something that that's the reason why he's one of the most sought after players here in the NBL. Second quarter of action for the Disiplinados, and Alulod looking for that two-man play with Bernal, but that won't go in. Santos now on the corner. Santos. They swing it over. Tanchoco underneath. Now to Natividad. No good. And Garcia the rebound. Sadicon over to Alulod. Alulod using that Bernal pick. Now Vaigan. Kicks it out. Garcia. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Vaigan. 4 seconds. 3 seconds. Vaigan needs a shot here. Vaigan. Almost. But not quite. But they get the rebound. Bernal. Bernal takes the jumper. That's good for Capito Bernal. And it's back to a 5-point lead now for the Mindoro Disiplinados. Oliveira. No good. But the ball will stay with the Taguig Generals as we look at this open jumper from Bernal. Oh, and a steal there. On the counter. Oh, Alulod. Or rather, yes, correct. Alulod. Just losing a grip of that ball. That is why the ball will swing back to the Taguig Generals. Here's a three from Tanchoco. No good. And a good find by Gilbero to Kevin Oliveira, who scores on the easy juice. 23-20 now for the Mindoro Disiplinados. And here's Alulod once more. Tough shot, no good. Second serving for Bernal. That won't go in either. Oliveira pushing it to Natividad. Finds Tanchoco on the corner, but that pass just too strong for Tanchoco. As Fidel Castro checks back in. Here's Garcia. Over to Caspe. Way off. Gilbero now looking to counter. And the foul is called rather enthusiastically. The foul is called on Bernal. Castro over to Oliveira. Natividad, good pass. That's a great find by Natividad to a cutting Richmond Gilbero. So now the lead of the Disiplinados is just down to a single point, 23-22, and they are trying to trap here. Here's Caspe. Caspe sidestepping, no good. Battle for the rebound. Caspe still has it. Caspe decides to take it a three. Still won't go. Bernal, the offensive rebound, still won't go. 3 attempts for Mindoro. And the battle for the loose ball between Oliveira, Vaigan, Natividad, and Caspe will result into a jump ball. Our suabing assist is brought to you by Chooks-to-Go. 100% zero antibiotics, ang nag-iisang manok ng bayan. That's Natividad to Gilbero connection right there. And the ball goes to Natada. They swing it over. Vaigan. In and out. Rebound. Garcia still no good. And on the counter is Gilbero. Gilbero looking to attack. Gilbero over to Natividad. And Natividad will calm things down here. Natividad. Kick ball. And they will reset the shot clock to 14 seconds. Natividad fakes, attacks, kicks it out. Oliveria over to Castro, underneath. Santos, power move, that's good. And now the Generals back ahead, 24-23. As Natada looks to get it right back, but Oliveria says, not in here, my friend. Just denying that. And look at this strong move from Noel Santos. And on the other end, strong defensive play from Kevin Oliveria, but he can't defend that. Beautiful inbounds play to Don Huerto as the Disiplinados go back ahead 25-24. Castro, they swing it over, good passing, Gilbero for three, no good. Battle for the rebound, won by Vigan, and here's Natada. He doesn't have numbers. Hands it over, Vigan, over to Caspe for three. No, rebound, Gilbero, what a rebound by Gilbero. And he's pushing the action now. Gilbero kicks it out. Natividad over to Castro. He's already hit two. No good for Castro there. Natividad over to Oliveria. Over to Gilbero. Still won't go. And a loose ball foul is going to be called. I think that's on Santos. And yeah, it is on Santos. As we look at what happened here, Santos just holding on to Huerto. Here's Caspe, hounded by Gilbero. Over to Garcia. Huerto hit one earlier. This time it won't go. Natividad now, pushing the basketball. Natividad. Over to Castro. Castro. No good. Natividad blocked. Walloped by the defense of the Mindoro Disiplinados. Natada on the counter. Natada gets it right back. Natada will do it himself. And Luigi Natada puts the Disiplinados ahead by 3, 27-24. Castro. And what is the call here? An offensive foul is called on Kevin Oliveria. Let's see what he did there. Just extending his arm. Bernal over to Natada. Down to Vigan, to Garcia. Garcia hands it over. Caspe attacks. Caspe scores. And it's a 5-point lead now for the Disiplinados. 5:49 to go in the second quarter. Castro, no. And on the counter is the Disiplinados. Natada all the way. Natada just too quick. Luigi Natada, burst of speed. And all of a sudden, it's a 7-point lead for the Mindoro Disiplinados. All thanks to the heads-up play of Natada and Caspe. Caspe scoring there and Natada right on the break. 31-24 for the Disiplinados. We will be right back. We look at Caspe, the man who was on the front of the foray against the Power. 21 points, 7 rebounds, 3 steals, and 2 blocks, but it wasn't enough. The effort of John Jerick Caspe going to waste. Hopefully though, he will get his time now, but we will be heading back into a break. We will be back shortly. We are back here live on Solar Sports, and as I've said, if in case you're wondering why the phones are out and kept in lid, it's the NBL's way of making sure that the integrity of this game remains intact. We all know how quickly information and temptations can come around with those phones. So, pretty commendable job for NBL, as a miss there for Lontok. Swings the ball back to Mindoro. Bernal over to Natada. Baigan to Garcia. Now here's Caspe. Caspe, 3 seconds to shoot. Caspe steps back. Caspe for 3. No good with the rebound for the Generals. Here's Natividad pushing the basketball. 3-pointer for Tanchoco, no good, and the rebound by Baigan. Baigan on the counter. Caspe over to Natada. Natada decides to take it himself, short, and the rebound. But Taguig now on the counter. Good block by Natada. Tanchoco going to Natividad underneath. Mayo with the layup, that's good. LJ Mayo with the second basket of the game to trim the lead of the Disiplinados to just 5 points, 31 to 26. We look at the attack of LJ Mayo. And here's Garcia. Caspe attacks, hangs, what a move! Switches in the air for JJ Caspe. I would love to see that again. JJ Caspe. Ito ang chibog of the game ni JJ Caspe natin sa inyo ng Chooks-to-Go, nag-iisang manok ng bayan. Look at that, switching in mid-air. That's Michael Jordan stuff right there for JJ Caspe. And he completes the 3-point play, and I would be surprised if that doesn't make it to the top 10 place. And Lontok powers to move there. 34 to 28. Caspe. And a 3-pointer for Garcia, finally. 37 to 28. 9-point lead now for the Disiplinados. Here's a Castro, but an offensive foul is called on Lontok. And yeah, that's an offensive foul for Lontok right there. They go to Bernal, over to Caspe. Bernal, or rather Caspe. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Caspe underneath. Bernal almost loses it. Baigan left wide open for 3, short. And the rebound by Mayo. Here's Natividad. Over to Tanchoco. Back to Natividad. And another offensive foul is called on Lontok. And Lontok should be careful. It's back-to-back offensive fouls now for Lontok. Natividad is right now heading back to the bench. And Caspe manning the point for the Mindoro Disiplinados. Bernal is fouled by Sampurna. These free throws are brought to you by Chooks-to-Go. 100% zero antibiotics, ang nag-iisang manok ng bayan. Although the first free throw missed for Agap Bernal. 0 for 2 for Agap Bernal. And it's a 9-point lead now for the Disiplinados. Here's Sampurna, drop pass, blocked by Bernal. And Disiplinados looking to pull this game wide open before halftime, and a three-pointer won't go in for Caspe. And Sampurna now on the counter. Sampurna, oh, good hands. That's great hands from Bernal. And on the counter is Natada. Natada attacks. Natada drops it off. Blocked by Mayo. And Mayo now on the move. Mayo still won't get it to go. And some helter-skelter action between the two teams. And right now, Caspe will super time and take a breather. A timeout for the Mindoro Disiplinados. 30-second timeout. They're up by 9. We will be back on Solar Sports. Look at LJ Mayo, the muscle inside, much muscle inside for him. 14 points and 15 rebounds. Big double-double for LJ Mayo, though that didn't translate into a win against the Aces. Here's Caspe. Over to Vigan. Vigan steps back. Caspe for 3. No good. The rebound by Mayo. And here's Sampurna. Back to Mayo. Kicks it out. Tansyoko for 3. Still no good. And under a minute remaining. Here's Caspe looking to push the basketball. Fake pass over to Bernal. A little bit strong for Bernal, and a rebound once more by Mayo, and Mayo's just grabbing all the rebounds in this game, but they can't hit a basket though. Tansyoko attacks, kicks it out. That's a three-pointer on the way. Finally, Fidel Castro with his third three-pointer of the night. 11 in the game now for Fidel Castro. And here's Vigan on the counter. Layup is good for Rodel Vigan. And right now, we're possibly looking at the final shot of the first half. Santos is fouled. And Santos will go to the free throw line. As we look at Vigan, just challenging the defense of Santos. Scoring on that left-handed layup. First free throw is good for Santos. 1 of 2 for Santos. 9 seconds. One last shot here for Mindoro. Caspe, 3 seconds, 2 seconds. Caspe pulls up at the buzzer, no good. But still, after 24 minutes of action, Caspe leading the way for the Mindoro Disiplinados with 8 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, and 1 block. That's the reason why they're ahead 39-32 entering the halftime break. Stay tuned. We will be back to for the second half.
Handa na makipagsabayan. Yeah, handa na makipagsabayan. Kahit anong nakaharang handang tapakan. Bawat pawis na papatak, kada apak at yabag, may kahalong pangarap gustong maiangat. NBL, ito ang liga ng bayan, nag-aalap ng pusong handang makipagsabayan. Yeah, handa na makipagsabayan. Yeah, handa na makipagsabayan. Kahit anong nakaharang handang tapakan. Bawat pawis na papatak, kada apak at yabag, may kahalong pangarap gustong maiangat. NBL, ito ang liga ng bayan, nag-aalap ng pusong handang makipagsabayan. Yeah, handa na makipagsabayan. Yeah, handa na makipagsabayan. Kahit anong nakaharang handang tapakan. Bawat pawis na papatak, kada apak at yabag, may kahalong pangarap gustong maiangat. NBL, ito ang liga ng bayan, nag-aalap ng pusong handang makipagsabayan. Yeah, handa na makipagsabayan. Yeah, handa na makipagsabayan. Kahit anong nakaharang handang tapakan. Bawat pawis na papatak, kada apak at yabag, may kahalong pangarap gustong maiangat. NBL, ito ang liga ng bayan, nag-aalap ng pusong handang makipagsabayan. Yeah, handa na makipagsabayan. Yeah, handa na makipagsabayan. Kahit anong nakaharang handang tapakan. Bawat pawis na papatak, kada apak at yabag, may kahalong pangarap gustong maiangat. NBL, ito ang liga ng bayan, nag-aalap ng pusong handang makipagsabayan. Yeah, handa na makipagsabayan. Yeah, handa na makipagsabayan. Kahit anong nakaharang handang tapakan. Bawat pawis na papatak, kada apak at yabag, may kahalong pangarap gustong maiangat. NBL, ito ang liga ng bayan, nag-aalap ng pusong handang makipagsabayan. Yeah, handa na makipagsabayan. Yeah, handa na makipagsabayan. Kahit anong nakaharang handang tapakan. Bawat pawis na papatak, kada apak at yabag, may kahalong pangarap gustong maiangat. NBL, ito ang liga ng bayan, nag-aalap ng pusong handang makipagsabayan. handa na makipagsabayan. Yeah, handa na makipagsabayan. Kahit anong nakaharang handang tapakan. Bawat pawis na papatak, kada apak at yabag, may kahalong pangarap gustong maiangat. NBL, ito ang liga ng bayan, nag-aalap ang pusong handang makipagsabayan. Yeah, handa na makipagsabayan. Yeah, handa na makipagsabayan. Kahit anong nakaharang handang tapakan. Bawat pawis na papatak, kada apak at yabag, may kahalong pangarap gustong maiangat. NBL, ito ang liga ng bayan, nag-aalap ang pusong handang makipagsabayan. Yeah, handa na makipagsabayan. Yeah, handa na makipagsabayan. Kahit anong nakaharang handang tapakan. Bawat pawis na papatak, kada apak at yabag, may kahalong pangarap gustong maiangat. NBL, ito ang liga ng bayan, nag-aalap ang pusong handang makipagsabayan. Yeah, handa na makipagsabayan. Yeah, handa na makipagsabayan. Kahit anong nakaharang handang tapakan. Bawat pawis na papatak, kada apak at yabag, may kahalong pangarap gustong maiangat. NBL, ito ang liga ng bayan, nag-aalap ang pusong handang makipagsabayan. Yeah, handa na makipagsabayan. Yeah, handa na makipagsabayan. Kahit anong nakaharang handang tapakan. Bawat pawis na papatak, kada apak at yabag, may kahalong pangarap gustong maiangat. NBL, ito ang liga ng...
Welcome back to the Solar Sports for the Chooks-to-Go NBL Chairman's Cup, where the Mindoro Disiplinados are holding a 39-32 lead over the Taguig Generals in this force face-off. We look at the first quarter where Fidel Castro started off pretty hot, scoring 8 points in that stretch, but Rodel Baigan will make sure that the Generals won't pull away. And JJ Caspe also starting to find his rhythm. On the other end, it's Iasa and Disiplinados holding a 21-18 lead after the first quarter. In the second quarter, Bernal starting to also get his rhythm as Santos also contributing for the Taguig Generals. As we look at the stats, pretty even game so far when it comes to the statistics. Just the turnovers of the Generals costing them in this game. 11 turnovers for the Taguig City Generals. And that has been the only difference between the two teams. Pleased to say, as we look at the scorers, Natada and Caspe with 8 apiece for the Disiplinados. Baigan and Huerto with 7 apiece for the Disiplinados. Castro leads the Generals with 11, Mayo and Gilbero with 6 apiece, while Santos has 3. We're back here, we're live here in Solar Sports at the Brenzigiao Convention Center. I'm Christian Jacinto, and I will be joining you for the final 2 quarters between this in this clash between the Mindoro Disiplinados and the Taguig City Generals. Third quarter of action. First possession goes to the Disiplinados. Natada to Baygan, to Garcia. Hands it over to Caspe. Caspe, two-man game. Garcia, that's good. Good play for Caspe as Dwight Garcia towers over everyone for that 2 points. They go to Lontok underneath, faced by two white shirts. Quick double on Lontok, and they kick it out. A three-pointer for the Generals. That's good. And that's RB Sobrabas, his first three-pointer of the game. It's down to a 6-point lead now. Caspe being pressured by Sampurno. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Does Caspe? No. Caspe forces it. No good. And the rebound by Mayo. How many rebounds does Mayo have already? That will be rebound number 11 for him as a miss for the Generals. And here's Baygan. Forward pass. Oh, beautiful pass there. And a beautiful finish for Luigi Natada. JJ Caspe with the no-look behind the back pass. And it's an 8-point lead for the Disiplinados. Sobrabas. Over to the corner, Lontok. Or rather, Mayo. Sampurna. Back to Sobrabas looking for Lontok. Castro swings it over. Sampurna. 3 seconds on the shot clock. Underneath. Patient basketball for the Taguig. Patient basketball is beautiful basketball. And we can see right there how beautiful basketball is played courtesy of the Taguig Generals. Natada. Baygan over to Garcia. Garcia takes the three-pointer. Hit one earlier. And he misses this time. Here's Mayo. Solo flight. Mayo all the way. Mayo rebounding. Bringing the ball down. And scoring on the finish, LJ Mayo. It's down to a 4-point lead. They turn the ball over. But Caspe gets it right back. Baygan fakes. Baygan is fouled by Sobrabas. As we look at the rebounder ng Bayan, Siliado ang ilalim kay LJ Mayo, ang ating rebounder ng Bayan. Natin sa inyo ng Chooks-to-Go, ang nag-iisang manok ng Bayan. Parang manok na ito si Mayo sa kakatalon. And here he comes once more. This time finding Sampurna. But it will be Lontok on the follow-up who will get the opportunity to score. Garcia called for the personal. Dahil sa sportsmanship moment na yan, si Garcia at si JJ Caspe ang ating manok ng bayan of the game. Matid sa inyo ng Chooks-to-Go, ang nag-iisang manok ng bayan, garantisadong zero antibiotics. Lontok though misses both free throws. And here's Natada. Natada now. Looking to attack. Kicks it out. Baygan. 4-3. In and out. Rebound by Mayo again. And Mayo pushing it. Sobrabas. Over to Fidel Castro. Underneath to Lontok. Kicks it out. Sampurna. Good ball movement. Sobrabas. Over to Fidel Castro. Corner three. That's good. And once again, patience paying off for the Taguig Generals. Fidel Castro hitting that three-pointer. Look at how many passes that was. Extra pass after extra pass resulting into a Fidel Castro three-pointer. The game is tied at 43 with 8:42 to go in the third quarter. We will be back. Look at the Taguig Generals in the third quarter. Fidel Castro has been red hot, least to say. Started off well, and right now in the third period, he is feeling it again. Talking about Fidel Castro, who now has 14 points on 5 of 13 shooting. And here's Natada. Huerto fakes. Floater, that's good for Huerto. And just to restore order for the Disiplinados, Don Huerto hitting that jumper. A three-pointer for Castro once more. This time it won't go in. And the battle for rebound. Lontok hustling. And the flagrant foul, I think, will be called on Lontok, but the referees will be reviewing it. Let's see what happened here. Battle for the rebound. Lontok gets it. Lontok, Baigan will swipe it away from Lontok. And I don't think there's something extra there from Lontok. He's just pretty much hustling. But that's just from my point of view. Let's see what the refs will decide. Lontok will be called for a loose ball foul, and a technical foul will be called not on Lontok but Harvey Sobrabas. So Vaigan will head to the line to shoot the technical free throw, and he converts it. Natada bringing the ball down now. And an offensive foul from Natada. Extending that elbow to Sobrabas. There it is. Look at this. There it is. You have to keep an eye on this matchup. They have been pretty chippy all game long, talking about Sobrabas and Natada. They go to Castro. Underneath, the double on Lontok. Lontok kicks it out. Sampurna fakes. Sampurna attacks. Oh, beautiful sidestep from Sampurna. And the lead now is down to just 1 point for the Disiplinados. 7:28 remaining in the third quarter. Huerto sidesteps, kicks it out. Garcia over to Caspe. Huerto hit one earlier, hit one again. Don Huerto, his second three-pointer of the night, puts the Disiplinados up 49-45. Castro fakes, floater, no good. Battle for the rebound, won by Huerto. And there's Caspe pushing it over to Natada. Natada attacks, floater, that's good for LJ Natada, or Luigi Natada rather. And it's back to a 6-point lead for the Mindoro Disiplinados. Here's Castro. Crossover move from Sampurna. Lontok is fouled. And Lontok will troop to the line to shoot 2 free throws as we look at this beautiful sidestepping move from Sampurna. And on the other end, a three-pointer from Don Huerto, and the floater once again from Don Huerto. First free throw is good for Lontok. Second won't go in. And rebound by Bernal. Natada. Over to Caspe. Caspe looking for that pick. Uses that Vigan pick. Caspe over to Vigan. Vigan with the fake. Vigan attacks. Vigan, good pass. But that won't go in for Bernal, and Vigan gets the rebound. 11 seconds on the shot clock. Vigan over to Natada. 7 seconds. 6 seconds. Does he know it? He's waiting for the screen. Over to Vigan. 2 seconds. Vigan. Steal there, and here's Sampurna. They have the numbers, 3-on-1. Sampurna over to Natividad. That's an easy 2 points for Natividad. Back to a 3-point lead, 5:45 remaining, but Vigan takes the 3. No good. Tanchoco gets the rebound, and here's Sampurna. Sampurna decides to attack 2 white shirts, and he will be rewarded with the foul. Although no free throws yet. And a timeout is called. Disiplinados up by 3. We will be back on Solar Sports. Luigi Natada has been one of the key cogs of the Mindoro Disiplinados, and right now, he's proving why. He already has 12 points on an efficient 6 of 9 shooting to go along with 5 assists. So definitely one of the undisputed leaders of this Mindoro Disiplinados team. Very vital cog to this team. Sampurna will be trooping to the line to shoot 2 free throws. And he hits the first. One of 2 for Sampurna, but he gets it right back. Over to Tanchoco. Tanchoco for 3. That's good! And a reverse 4-point play puts the Generals back up by 1, 52-51. And Natada slips. And here's Natividad. Natividad, but they get it right back. Sadicon. Over to Natada. Huerto, another 3. This time it won't go in. Battle for the rebound. Bernal overcooks it. But the ball bounces off Mayo's legs and will stay there. So you look at Tanchoco, right dead spot on the middle. Natada getting a breather. Caspe checks back in. And here's a 3-pointer. Caspe! And he just got back on the floor. And he just pushed the Mindoro Disiplinados up ahead 54-52 with 4:40 remaining in the third period. And a turnover there for Natividad. Caspe now looking to attack. Caspe owes all the way. Caspe overcooks it. And the rebound by Santos. Tanchoco again. This time it won't go in. Disiplinados the board. Here's Caspe using that pick. Over to Aksalan. They swing it over. Aksalan, 5 seconds. 3-pointer. No good. Rebound Huerto. And Huerto looking back for a friend. Caspe decides to take it. Won't go in, and a rebound by the Generals. Here's Santos, is fouled. And Santos will go to the line to shoot 2 free throws. First free throw won't go in for Noel Santos. Santos hits the second. Look at the points in the paint. Pretty close fight so far. Disiplinados with 28, Generals with 26. And, you know, this game is pretty close, and I think this would stay this way up until the end. Asaksalan powers his way through. No good. Rebound, Oliveria. Natividad now, pushing the basketball over to Gilbero. They go to Santos underneath. Oh, good pass and a better block for Bernal. Erasing that shot, but Natividad there on the second serving. Oh! And I see some elbows. Kevin Oliveria hitting Bernal. Though I'm not sure, let's see in the replay. Here's what happens. Here's Oliveria on the right side of the screen. Here's Natividad. There's the backs out play. There's some pushing. And though it's the other way around, that's Bernal hitting Oliveria. It's Bernal throwing a punch on Kevin Oliveria. Is that a close fist? I'm not sure. But maybe we can check the replay once more. Here we go. A different angle. Natividad, look on the left part of your screen. There's Bernal and Oliveria with the backs out. And I think that's a close fist on Bernal. If that's so, he could be facing huge penalties, especially since it's above the shoulders. I think he took exception to getting hit by Oliveria early on, but it wasn't clear on the replay. The only thing clear on the replay is Bernal throwing that punch to Kevin Oliveria. So, let's see what happens here. Let's take a look at the replay one more time. Let's see if Oliveria popped Bernal with an elbow. There it is. An elbow, and then Bernal retaliated with a closed fist. So no one's innocent in this scuffle. Oliveria getting a little bit cheeky there with that elbow. Though Bernal's retaliation could warrant him to be thrown out of this game. Depends on the referees. Let's see. And Commissioner Edward Aquino on top of things here. Just making sure that the referees get it right. Communicating with the staff right there. And we will await the decision of our game officials. 55-54, the Taguig Generals ahead by 1. 3:03 remaining in the third quarter. So still no...
Penalty 2 on number 7, Kevin Oliveria. Kevin Oliveria is out of the playing court.
And a flagrant foul, penalty 2 on Kevin Oliveria and Agap Bernal. Both of them are out of the playing court. Oliveria trying to plead this case, but that elbow weighs pretty heavy in the eyes of the referees. And of course, Bernal can't deny that punch. So, right now, they will be escorted out of the playing court. Agap Bernal will head out into the dugout. And Kevin Oliveria, I do hope that they put them on separate rooms, because this, if they like see each other in the back, things could get really heated, because obviously they're still mad. 2 free throws for Don Huerto as we resume to basketball normalcy. Right here, and Huerto hits the first free throw to tie the game at 55. Huerto misses the second one. So now it's the General's turn to take the free throw for LJ Mayo. Mayo hits the first free throw. Misses on the second one, so they just pretty much exchange points there. (56-55), 3:03 remaining. Generals up by 1. And here's Natividad for 3. No. Rebound, Gilbero, still no good. And the rebound by Natada. Over to Vaigan. Natada. And here's Caspe. Caspe kicks it out. Garcia to Vaigan. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Vaigan forces it. But on the second serving, Caspe can't get it to go. Vaigan there. Still no good. And here's Natividad. 3-on-3. Natividad kicks it out. The three-pointer. Gilbero, no good. And the fake by Santos. Santos, wow, just finds a way to get that to go. And here's Natada on the counter. Natada forces that one. And a foul on the rebound play. Vaigan. And look at this. 2 fakes. Kept his footing and in balance. And he was strong enough to absorb the contact and get that to go. Foul on Vaigan. Gilbero will go to the line to shoot 2 free throws. First free throw is good for Gilbero. Two for 2 for Gilbero. And it's now a 5-point lead for the Generals entering the 2-minute mark of the third period. Natada over to Garcia. Hands it over to Vaigan. Vaigan uses that pick. Vaigan underneath. Huerto, the jumper, that's good. And Huerto's jumper has looked silky smooth in this game. He trims the lead of the Generals to just 3. Tanchoco, no good. Battle for the rebound. Caspe will recover, and Caspe looks to take it all the way. Caspe scrambling for it. Caspe over to Vaigan. Oh, what a pass by Vaigan! Luigi Natada on the alley-oop. Vaigan just tapping the ball in there to cut the lead of the Generals to just 1 point, 60-59. Here's Mayo. Santos. Santos putting on the moves, and Santos just too strong for Garcia. And it's back to a 3-point lead for the Generals. Here's Caspe. Caspe met with a double. They swing it over. Huerto attacks. Huerto. Beautiful move from Don Huerto. And Huerto has quietly racked up the points here for the Disiplinados. And Huerto actually with how many points already for Don Huerto? I will check later. As Natividad fakes over to Mayo, no good, and the rebound by Vaigan. Don Huerto now actually with 17 points already. So big night for the stretch 4. 7 seconds. Natada takes the 3, no good. 4 seconds. Here's Santos over to Gilbero, still has time, almost. But after 3 quarters, it's still a pretty close and heated encounter. We've seen fancy passes, red hot shooting, and some heated moments as the Taguig Generals enter the 4th period with a 62-61 lead. We will be back after the break. Let's look at the supporting fire of this tandem big man for the Taguig Generals. Jonathan Lontoc with 10 points and 9 rebounds against the Aces. And Noel Santos, we are looking at him on the screen now. 14 rebounds in that game. And tonight, Noel Santos has 8 points and 6 boards off the bench. So solid minutes for Noel Santos. As a 3-pointer for Fidel Castro, connects once more, 17 in the game now for Fidel Castro. And it's a 4-point lead for the Generals. Here's Natada. Over to Huerto. Huerto attacks. And foul is called. We look at Castro hitting that 3-pointer on the corner. That's his 5th 3-pointer, or 4th 3-pointer rather. Don Huerto continues to pile in the points for the Generals. 18 points now for Don Huerto. Two for two for Don Huerto, 19 in the game. And the lead is down to 2 points once more. Here's Castro. Over to Gilbero. Natividad underneath. Santos. Short jumper for Gilbero. That's good. It's back to a 4-point lead for the Generals. Huerto now, looking to attack. Huerto, the jumper, and Huerto is on fire. Maganda ang gising nito ni Huerto. Still yet to miss from the 2-point area, 6 of 6 there. And he's got 21 to his name. And on the other end, Santos, or rather a steal there now for Sudigon. Here's Natada. Oh, and a foul. Hard foul there from Pumaris. let's see here, Natada challenging Pumaris. And that's a pretty hard foul right there. Right now, the referee will be determining if he was going for that basketball. So let's see. Let's wait for the decision of our game officials. And that's a flagrant foul, penalty one for Lawrence Pumaris. And pretty heavy sanction there, 5 minutes on the bench. And Blontok checks in for Pumaris. As Natada hits the first free throw. 2 for 2 for Natada, and we're now tied at 67. Natada. They go to the hat hand, Huerto. And this time, Huerto will lose it. Apologizing quickly to the bench. Taguig now on the prowl. Gilbero. Over to Natividad. They go to Lontok underneath. Met with a quick double is Jonas Lontok. Underneath, Fidel Castro loses the basketball, and here's Garcia. Garcia on the counter-attack, 4-on-2, and a foul by Natividad. Blocking foul for Natividad. Just stopping the fast break right there. First personal for Natividad. Here's Baigan. Over to Natada. Caspe from way downtown. I don't think that was a good shot. So the ball will swing over to the Taguig Generals. We are still tied at 67 with 9 minutes and 30 remaining in the fourth quarter. Castro. Over to Mayo. Subrabas. Mayo attacks. Mayo, the layup. Mayo! And the decisiveness of Mayo each time he's attacking is what makes him a very dangerous player to deal with. He has no fear when he decides to attack. As a three-pointer for Baigan won't go in. Subrabas gets the rebound, and he will slow things down. But no, he gives it to Mayo, kicks it out. Fidel Castro. Great recovery from Baigan. Right now, they have 14 seconds to work with on the shot clock, but Subrabas decides to take it anyway. Won't go in. Caspe with the rebound. Caspe calls for a timeout. With 8:35 remaining, it's 69-67 lead for the Taguig Generals. We will be back shortly. Look at LJ Mayo, who's once again dominated the glass in this game. 11 points, 14 rebounds, and we still have an infinity of basketball to play here. So expect another big rebounding game for LJ Mayo. 11 and 14 so far for him. Ang Chooks-to-Go NBL Chairman's Cup ay hatid sa inyo ng Chooks-to-Go, ang nag-iisang manok ng bayan, garantisadong zero antibiotics. Back to basketball action. And here's Baigan. Over to Natada, 2 seconds to go. Garcia at the buzzer, big shot for Garcia, and the Disiplinados go ahead by 1, 70-69. Mayo underneath, Lontok, good pass, good finish from Jonas Lontok to give the lead to the Taguig once more, 71-70. Caspe. Caspe for 3. That's good! Big stretch for the Disiplinados. Back-to-back three-pointers for Garcia and Caspe. Will Castro respond? Yes, he will! Fidel Castro with the 6th three-pointer of the game. 20 points for Fidel Castro. 74-73 for the Generals. Baigan. Baigan underneath. Oh, what a block by Mayo! And Mayo just rising over Sadicon. We look at this three-pointer from Caspe, and another long three. This time Natada will miss it. Garcia hit one earlier. Will shy away from this one. Caspe, 4 seconds to shoot. Caspe attacks, kicks it out. The jumper, Sadicon, no good. Rebound. That's Natada on the offensive rebound. And the lead swings back to the Disiplinados, 75-74. Sampurna. Underneath. Subrabas, they swing it over. Sampurna once more. Sampurna. Oh, beautiful reverse move from Sampurna. And back and forth we go. The Generals once again up ahead, 76-75, entering the 6-minute mark of the 4th and final period. Oh, what a block there. Good defensive play from the Generals. And here comes Fidel Castro for an easy layup. Right now, it's a 3-point lead for the Generals, 78-75. They go underneath. A three-pointer. That's good for Garcia. White Garcia hitting that game-tying three-pointer with 5:41 to go. And look at the big men of the Mindoro Disiplinados shooting with confidence. Dwight Garcia, that's his 3rd three-pointer, and he's got 11. Castro. Over to Mayo with the fake. Mayo loses it. And Disiplinados will get the basketball. Huerto checks in for Sadicon. As we look at the second chance points, 12-9 for the Generals. Not much difference there. But it only goes to show how close this game is between the two teams. Huerto. Caspe now. Garcia has hit 3 already. 6 seconds on the shot clock. Caspe. Caspe looking to attack. 3. Caspe all the way. No good. Rebound. Lontok. And here come the Generals. Over to the corner. That's a three-pointer for Fidel Castro. No good. And on the counter-attack is Natada and Caspe. Natada all the way. Good connection. Great pass from Caspe. Better finish for Natada. And the Disiplinados go ahead 80-78 because of this connection. 4:45 to go, 80-78 for the Disiplinados. Timeout the gig. We will be back shortly. Don Huerto leading the way for Mindoro Disiplinados. 21 points, 8 rebounds, and he has been right on point in this game. And here's Tanchoco. They force the turnover for the Disiplinados. Forward pass to Huerto, and Baigan looking to attack. That's a bad play there for Baigan. 5 defenders for the Taguig Generals forcing it in. And his coach telling him to relax. Santos checks in for Mayo. Here's Natividad. Over to Tanchoco. Spin. Sampurna, no good. Looking for a foul. And here's Natada. And an 8-second violation for Caspe. So 2 bad plays, 2 bad possessions for the Mindoro Disiplinados. They have to be careful here because Taguig certainly has the capabilities of bouncing back. And they're only up by 2, actually. Lontok, once again, met with a double. Hard double, triple team. And Lontok is fouled. Just the second team foul for the Let's see here if he moved. Yeah, a little bit. I think that hip moved for a bit. 3 minutes remaining in the game. Natividad. Oh, turns the ball over. And look at the hustle from Santos. Here's Tanchoco, 6 seconds on the shot clock. Santos, does he know it? 4 seconds, 3 seconds. Sobrabas for 3, big shot! Big shot from Harvey Sobrabas to give the Generals an 83-80 lead with 2:35 to go, just when the shot clock was expiring. Over to Baigan. There's the fake. Garcia has been hot as well, and a foul is called on Baigan. But let's go back to this big three-pointer for Harvey Sobrabas to beat the shot clock and to give the Generals a 3-point lead, 83-80. 2:20 to go in the game. This is an important possession for both teams. If you're the Mindoro Disiplinados, you have to be disciplined in defending and not risk too much because you need a stop here. They go underneath to Lontok and a foul is called. That's just the third personal foul, third team foul for the Disiplinados. But that will reset the shot clock of the Generals to 14. And final 2 minutes, right on cue, a timeout is called by the Taguig Generals. They're up by 3. We will be back shortly. Look at the tournament format of the Chooks-to-Go NBL Chairman's Cup. Single round robin, 5 bottom teams will be eliminated. The top 2 teams will advance to the semifinals. The quarterfinals will be between the 3rd seed and the 6th seed, and the 4th seed and the 5th seed. 3 and 4 seeds will earn the twice-to-meet advantage, and that's what the Taguig City Generals are aiming for, a twice-to-meet advantage in the quarterfinals. Mindoro, on the other hand, will look to break in for the final playoff spot. Let's see what happens here. They go to Lontok underneath. Hard double, and that's a good stop by the Disiplinados. And almost another 3-pointer for Subravas. Could have put this game away had it been a second more in that shot clock. So now, the Disiplinados need a basket here. Caspe. Over to Huerto. They go to Natada. Attacking. Kicks it out. Oh, wide open. 3 for Garcia. Bang, bang! 4th 3-pointer for Garcia. And we are tied at 83 once more. We have a ball game right here. Natividad. Over to Tanchoco. They go to Sobravas. Underneath. Santos, no good. Rebound by Caspe. Over to Natada. Natada. They give it over. Garcia. This time, Lontok is prepared for him. And here's Caspe looking to attack. Caspe kicks it out. Garcia, another one. Short this time. And Lontok with the rebound. 51 seconds to go. The Generals need a basket. And a foul is called on Garcia. That's the first team foul in under the last 2 minutes. So look at that corner 3-pointer from Garcia. So still no free throws for the Generals. But every foul they will have from now on will result into free throws. Natividad. 15 seconds on the shot clock, 42 seconds on the game clock. Natividad, free throw jumper, big shot by Natividad. And a timeout by Mindoro as Dan Natividad hitting that clutch jumper to put the Generals ahead 85-83 with 34.2 seconds remaining. We will be back after the break. look at Dan Garcia, who's been red hot in this game from the three-point territory. 14 points, 7 rebounds for Dwight Garcia. 4 out of 8 from downtown. And he's someone you wouldn't want to leave wide open if you're the Generals. If you're the Disiplinados, you would want to get the best possible shot here. 34.2 seconds. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Here's Natada. 7. Natada looking to attack. Natada for the tie. Natada, tie game! What a move from Luigi Natada, and a timeout is called by the Taguig Generals. And look at Natada, just ice in his veins, spinning, hanging, scoring, and tying the game at 85 with 23.1 seconds remaining. We will be back shortly. This guy has been steady for the Mindoro Disiplinados. Luigi Natada, 22 points, 9 assists, and 3 rebounds. But most importantly, scored the game-tying basket with 23.1 seconds to go. We are tied at 85. The Generals won't be advancing the basketball. The logic for that is that they can use their full 24 seconds, which means they are going for the last shot here. Hindi na babalik ang bola sa Disiplinados. Here's Natividad. 11 seconds. 10 seconds. Natividad now. Where will they go? Natividad using that pick. Natividad, 2 picks. Jumper for Natividad. That's good! Bang, bang! Dan Natividad! And a turnover. The Generals will win it. Clutch performance from Dan Natividad, back-to-back baskets. That is the end. 87-85. Dan Natividad, ice in his freaking veins. 87-85 for the Taguig Generals. What a game for Natividad. And what balls for this young man. Dan Natividad. Wow. Ice cold Dan. 10 points, but probably the most important 4 points in his life, in this game. 87-85. Big victory for the Taguig Generals. And we will be back shortly. Mike, Fidel, narinig mo ako? Ayan, okay. Pwede ka magsalita?
Hello, hello.
Ayan, yan.
Yeah, handa na makipagsabayan. Yeah, handa handa na makipagsabay.
Welcome back to the Chooks-to-Go NBL Chairman's Cup, where the Taguig Generals scored an 87-85 win over the Mindoro Disiplinados. And with us today is our Hey Chicken Burger best player of the game, no other than the man, Fidel Castro, scoring 22 points, hitting 6 3-pointers to his name, starting out on fire. Big game for Fidel Castro to tow the Taguig Generals to an all-important win in this game against the Mindoro Disiplinados. Right now, we have here Fidel Castro, the AA best player of the game. Fidel, welcome to the panel and congratulations sa panalo.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Fidel, ang ganda na simula mo, napaka-init. You've been hitting those 3-pointers. Maganda ba gising po ngayong araw?
Ano lang sabi lang kasi ni coach, focus kami sa game. Kailangan namin mag-bounce back kasi sa pagkatalo namin last game Very crucial ulit yung game na to, so kailangan mag-focus.
Ito, napakahirap na panalo sa inyo for sure. Mainit yung laban, maraming physicality. Paano kayo naka-rise above doon sa ganong klaseng physicality for this game?
Sabi namin, focus lang kami talaga sa game, sa defense. Kasi sabi namin, physical nga yung Mindoro. So sabi, focus lang kami sa game. Para sa tulong-tulong din. Sabi ng mga coaches din namin. Kaya ganun.
Etong panalon to, napakalaking bagay sa inyo. Kasi ngayon, in the running pa kayo sa twice to beat ng quarterfinal. So, pwede mo ba masabi kung gaano kalaking bagay itong pagkapanalo para sa iyo?
Parang kumpiyansa ulit kami. Balik sa yung confidence namin, bumalik galing sa pagkatalo. So, yun, focus kami sa last game namin sa Pampanga. Alam naman natin yung Pampanga. Strong team yun. So, focus na kami sa ensayo para pag-aralan namin kung ano yung mga kulang din namin ngayong game. Yun lang.
Sige, Fidel, binibigyan na kita ng pagkakataon para batiin yung mga kaibigan mo at magpasalamat sa mga taong sumusuporta sa iyo.
Siyempre, una-una, salamat kay God sa pagkabigay sa panalo namin. And binabati ko lahat ng Taguigueños, yung mga barkada ko dyan sa Perpetual, sa Taguig, sa Barangay Tanyag, yung 99M Club, yung mga teammate ko, and yun lang, mga tropa ko.
And again, our AA Chicken Burger best player.
Ako si Fidel Castro, certified homegrown ng Taguig.
And again, our AA Chicken Burger best player of the game, Fidel Castro, 22 points, 6 3-pointers, and most importantly, that crucial victory. Congratulations, Fidel.
Thank
salamat
you.
sa pagpunta sa panel. And once again, a very exciting ball game between the Taguig City Generals and the Mindoro Disiplinados. First up, the best player of the game, Fidel Castro. Look at how he started. 8 straight points for Fidel to open the game. Pero Disiplinados, andyan lang din. Paigan responding. Also, Natada. And on the other end, we have Garcia working for the Generals. And that's why, working for the Disiplinados. And that's why they're up 21-18. On the second quarter, here's Bernal hitting that jumper. And on the other end, look at that. Santos powering his way inside. While Caspe with a dipsy-do layup after the first half, 39-32 lead for the Disiplinados. In the third quarter though, Mayo started putting it in, the energy guy for Taguig. On the other end, we have Natada continuing his epic ways on offense, and Tanchoco hitting that big 3-pointer in the third period. And ito na, lumidikit na itong Taguig Generals, but Natada has been steady. Although the Taguig Generals took a 1-point lead entering the fourth, and in that period, it was nip and tuck, palitan na lang ng score as a big 3-pointer for Sobrabas. And then, of course, Dan Natividad hitting those 2 crucial baskets in the game, including this one, the game winner with 1.8 seconds remaining. And after that shot, it's the Taguig Generals winning against the Mindoro Disiplinados 87-85, the Chooks-to-Go NBL Chairman's Cup 2021. And again, I'm Christian Jacinto, and I thank you guys for joining us in another edition of the Chooks-to-Go NBL 2021 Chairman's Cup. We will see you all next week here on Solar Sports. Thank you very much.